Guys, welcome back to Creativity and Inspiration. I'm Lisa. If you're new, welcome. I am so happy you found us. If you've been here a while, you know how special you are. I'm so glad you're here today. It is Wednesday, which is our more art focused video, and I have a really good one for you today. I'm excited to jump in, so we're going to do that. We're just going to jump into this video. Okay, guys, how's everybody doing? I hope you're having an amazing day. The first thing we're going to talk about, I'm going to share some new art brushes I got and this really cool, acrylic palette. And I'm going to tell you why I got this. I had those little Dollar Tree little palettes, you know, with the little holes. Here, let me go find one real quick. I don't know if I have any left. Okay, I was using these little palettes. You can get these for $1.25 from Dollar Tree. You can also get them from Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, all those places. The problem is they're really hard to clean. And I mean, you can clean them, but they're really hard to. So what I did was I got this acrylic palette, and it's going to be so easy to clean. Once all the acrylic paint dries, I can just gently scrape it off. I don't have to get anything in the sink, down the drain, into the water stuff. It'll just be so much better. Then I can take a wet paper towel and wipe it as well. So I'm super excited. It came in a package of 2, so if I drop this one and it breaks, I have a second one to back it up. But I just think it's going to be so much better for my pipes, the environment, everything. So I'm super excited about that. Now, I also got these really long handle brushes, and the reason I did that is, one, I am doing these 24 by 30 and some bigger paintings for this art show I'm putting together, and to have a little better reach is really important. So that was the reason I got the long handles. Then, I don't know if you can tell, but these, let's get one that kind of matches. These are different bristles, okay? They look the same color, but they're different textures and different materials. This is a soft nylon brush, okay? These are nylon bristles, very soft. And these will make very smooth, you know, painting strokes on my painting. Now these are hog hair bristles, natural hog hair bristles, and they're very wiry. They kind of get all weird and out of control when you use them. They'll end up going different directions, all sorts of things, okay? So these are natural hog hair, and these are going to be great for adding in texture and a different feeling on the canvas with the paint. That's why I got them, to have that kind of rougher texture. It's really easy to control your brush. I find personally, me, with nylon brushes. And I wanted something that was a little harder to control, that I would get more of a natural brush stroke on the canvas, paper, whatever I'm using. So I got these, and again, I got the long ones just to try them out on the canvas. Now, I will be trying these on paper too. It's just going to be a little awkward. I'm going to have to hold them way down here, where when I'm painting on canvas, and if I want that looser motion with these and that more natural flow, I'll hold them more towards the back. I don't have as much control when I do that. So what I'm painting is going to be looser. It's going to be more, you know, relaxed. But that's the reason I got the longer handles, is because I am doing more bigger, larger paintings. And then the difference in the two sets are the bristles. One is man-made nylon and one is natural hog hair, which is, again, very wiry, like you think a hog's hair would feel. So that was my new art supplies. Oh, and guess what? I did order the Arteza brushes. Woohoo! They haven't shipped yet, but they will be here soon. See, I've got the one. I got two in that advent calendar. I'm telling you, these are some really good brushes. They're easy to use. Anyway, I got the set of 12. They were, you know, $26 for 12, which is kind of a bit expensive. But if you use the links I provide down below, you do get a little bit off of that, as well as helping me out. So I will link them down below. I will also link all of these down below or something similar. And I will link the palette down below too. Why do I have staples? Because I've seen it for years. People do big paintings, big art with staples, using staples. They use a staple gun, obviously, maybe a hand stapler. I don't know. I've never seen anybody actually doing it. But they create, you know, figures, just scenes. I mean, it's beautiful art. And I just think they're amazing. But I saw these for a journal. Somebody I saw a month ago doing these for a journal. Then I saw the artist. Their big canvases popped up on my feed the other day. And it just got me to thinking about using staples for small art or in a journal. And that's why I got the staples. But all the art I've seen with staples has either been, you know, the normal metal gray staples, or somebody is taking a Sharpie and coloring them. Well, I didn't want to do that because that can get messy. They may not dry, all that stuff. I went on and I found these. Aren't they pretty? And for you that don't know, these are Mardi Gras colors. Just so happened that way. Not intended. And I'm going to give you some ideas how I would use these staples, say in a mixed media piece, on your journal page, in your ephemera. I'm just going to give you a bunch of ways you can use staples. And of course, I'll link these. They're from Amazon. So let's get some journal pages here. This is my journal that I started last year. And I didn't get very far. There was the November spread. And like November, Thanksgiving last year, Christmas, were all the first holidays without my daddy. We lost him last February, which is about to be a year, and that sucks. But anyway, so after I did Thanksgiving, I didn't do Christmas, and I didn't do January this year because my husband was in the hospital again. So see here, I have February marked off. But anyway, I was thinking I could use these yellow staples and add some interest around this music paper, just to give you an idea of how you could use them in a mixed media piece. And then you might be going, okay, but then you're going to have these bumps, the back of the staples back here. Yeah, you will. That's true. So obviously February is going to be a 2-page spread. So I'll just move February to here. And what I could do is, if I don't want the staples showing on the back, if it's in a book like this, I could just glue these 2 pages together, and then the staples won't show, and I can do my 2-page, you know, mixed media spread for February. So I think I'll do that. That's easy. This again is my, I want to say, mixed media creative month in a glance journal. That's how I'm using it. Month in a glance. I started with November, and then I just did that. Okay, so I'm not going to glue them together, though, until after I add the staples. So let me get my stapler, and we'll put some of these yellow staples in, and we'll use them to kind of highlight our music paper right there. And we'll see what you guys think of this. I've also seen people just use stacks of staplers as art as well, which is stacks of staples as well. Turn just stacks of the staples without putting them in anything. How many things do you get in here? I think you get 4. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you get 4 of these long staple things. And they're regular size, says they fit in most standard staples. And then, oops, I didn't mean to do that, but okay. All right, so this is a fall, fall mixed media piece. All I'm going to do is add some in key places around my music paper. So that is one way you can use them like stitching. Okay. You could also use them as a page border. Let me make them a page border here. So you could make a border. And if it catches the light, of course, it's a little shiny. I don't know if y'all are seeing that, but so that's another way to do it. Now, when you flip it over, yes, you have the shorter side on the back, but that could also be a border. In fact, that looks more like stitches to me than the front, because we normally do short stitches. So definitely page borders, or just as decor around parts of a mixed media set. Now see, that's how it looks on the back though, because I did a weird shape. I did the curve of the paper. But that's okay, because I already decided what I'm going to do there. So that's one way you can use staples. Another way, we're going to change out the color. Okay, got them back in there. That's easy. Now we're going to get green out. I only need one green though. Oh, there we go. And we're going to put the green in. And then I'm going to get another journal. This is my example journal that I do for you guys. And I mark some pages there. And because we have a butterfly, I'm going to show how you can use them just as art on your journal page. Okay, I have the green staples in. Okay, and then you can mix in some doodles, some drawing, whatever you want to do. So I could, normally I would use a colored pencil, but I don't have one next to me. You can do it like that. You could color in your stem, whatever, but that's using green staples to create art in the center, and then you can still journal all around it. And of course, if you flip it over, ow. See, that's why I don't like using staples, but that's just me. You can cover that up with a pocket if you wanted to, though it would snag probably anything you tried to put in there. Just a thought. But anyway, that's another way you could use it. I'm going to keep the green staples in just because they're in there. Something else you could do is create a journal page. And the way you would do that is you could get paper, whatever type of paper you like. So what you could do with them too is actually create a page or a tip-in for your journals. And you can make it whatever size you want it. And all you do is, you know, you could ink your edges if you wanted to, but you come in with your pieces and put your and you're going to put them together like that. You could do 1 staple, 2, 3, however many you want. And then you put your next piece on. Okay, I did 2, 1, 3, and then you could add that into a journal. You're making just, whoops, by adding a piece like right here, but you know, creating a like that, so you have somewhere to sew it into your journal. Or you could come into your journal space. Where's my other page? And you could take your creation. Whoops. Oh, I didn't do those pages. That's fine. Let me go back and staple the 2 loose ones together. Otherwise, we got to fly away. But you could do it however you want. If you want 1 loose and 1 not, it doesn't matter. Remember, this is just to give you guys ideas about how you might see it. For how you might see it. To inspire you. Okay. There we go. And then once you get it to there, if you wanted to make it a tip in, you could tip it in. You know, you could make it a page if you add your little part, and then when you sew it together, or you could create a tip in on one side. I think we'll do this side. And then you have a cool tip in for it. You could use washi tape, you could use Scotch tape. I'm going to use Scotch tape because I can reach it faster. And you just pull off some. Oh, I pulled off too much. That's okay. I'll tear it and save that for later. I'm going to line it up on the edge, tape it down. Only I need to get the sheet of paper I'm taping it to. There we go. Tape it down, and then if this doesn't fit, you can trim these pages off if you want. But you have a cool tip in attached with staples. And then you bring your scissors, and I'm going to actually cut off that, but that's okay. We can always, and of course you'll measure better, but I'm just trying to get the ideas out for you guys. Oops, there we go. You come that off, and then you can come here and do the staple bit again for those 2. There we go. And there you've created a really cool tip in using staples. Again, just something different, another look for, you know, your journals, your mixed media art, whatever you want to do. Again, this is made from staples. You can see it on the back there. And here we used it to be a border on part of our mixed media, or we used it as a border on our page. Now, of course, another way you can do it is say that your journaling card, your pocket, your text spot, whatever it is, and you want to add something to the center like that. Again, you come in and staple it like traditional at the top and bottom. You can do crisscross staples, whatever you want to, however you see it. You could do something like a pattern all around it. Probably the brighter your staples, the better they'll show up. I'll change them out to pink in a second, but there's something like that. You can still write on the back, or you could just come in with another piece of paper, cover it up, and then you can write. Because this is thick, really large index cards, so you're not going to feel it under there. If you want to do that, this could be on your cover. Art for your cover if you wanted to. Now I'm going to come in with another color, just, oops. And the pink, well, it's actually kind of purple. So let's use one of these. So I'm going to change to a purpley pink here. Like I said, just be careful and don't staple your fingers. Because like I said, I did that in 5th or 6th grade in science class. And I am not going to lie, that hurt. And the nurse was like, I don't know how to get this apart. Well, or get this out. But she did. But it took her a minute. I'm not going to lie. And the whole time I'm like, it hurts. And she's sitting there pulling on it. And it's actually grabbed. You know, it's got to grab into my skin like it does on the back of paper. So it was not a fun experience. There we go. And you can put them back in the box, obviously, if you don't want to keep them in all the time. So what we're going to do is decorate our tag here a little bit. We've got a tag, again, that was dyed purplish. I don't know if you can tell. A little bit of music paper, a little bit of graph paper, a little bit of our beautiful purple paper, and then we have a flower, and we're going to layer all that up. Only my flower's a little big, but that's okay. We'll just pull the paper layers kind of around so they all show, kind of like that. And then I'm just going to put my staple right in the center. Like that. And there you go. That could be the center of your flower. You could glue a flower on top of that if you didn't want it to show. So that's another way you can do it. We have a bag. Let's see. I have the last piece of this index card that we've been using. I've got some coffee stained cheesecloth. Or is it? No, it's just natural cheesecloth. Not white, just natural. And some twine. If you want some type of like wild looking rope thing, you know, you could use it to attach that and then put the flower up there. Put this up there after you attach it. So since my flower is pink, glad I have my pink staples in. I'm just going to staple the fabric and the twine to it. And I'm going to put my flower over it, or you could just leave it plain if you want everybody to see that pretty staple. And you could put your flower kind of up like that. And you would glue all that down too. So, something like that. And then attach it all to your bag and put in your journal. This could go on a mixed media canvas. There's a lot of options for using staples. Like I said, people do whole pieces of artwork with just staples. We have our journal staple art as well. Our page center, or our tip-in page. our mixed media page where we added the staples as the page border. There you go. Both sides and around our music paper. And it adds a bit of shine, which is nice. Gosh, there's so many things you can do. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure and give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit it down below. And don't forget that little bell. When you click the little bell, select all. We've got a lot of awesome videos coming for you, and you don't want to miss out. On Friday, we will be talking all about paper flowers with some new ideas from little to great big. I'll see you then. Thanks again.